Okay, so just by looking at the URL, you can find out which controller is going to process the info and which function within the controller is going to be called. Alright, so let's make this a little bit more complicated. So let's say in the index, we're going to create some fake data. So let's say users, and let's make that an array. And in the array, let's put some fake data. So let's do Michael Choi, John Subsapen, and let's do Tony and JD, for example. And what we're going to do is, instead of echoing things out in the controller, we're going to actually have pass the data to the view file. So we're going to use what's called, okay, so within this class object, load the view file, and the name of the file that we want to load is, let's say, I'm going to do user list all.php. You don't have to put .php. So now what we're going to do is go back to the application folder, the views, and we're going to create a file called, or we're going to call it user list all. So user list all. Okay, and then we're just going to say echo hi, and actually let's do a full thing, head, and then we'll put a title, user list title. You can load whatever CSS you want here, load jQuery or whatever JavaScript you want, and then let's say we'll have a body, and we'll say h1 user list, and let's say hi, close the body, and close the HTML. So all the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript are loaded from the view. So in the controller, when you do load view, it looks for that file within the view folder. So when I wrote this, it knew that they needed to go and search for user list all.php, and then it will load it. So now let's go to localhost index.php/user, and you can put index if you want, and notice how it did what we wanted. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pass to the view file. Let's actually do this way. We're going to pass that in the, we're going to store that into the data users, and we're going to pass all the data variable to the user list all. So if I go here, I can actually do, let's do, for example, var dump users, and this is going to echo out all the users. So this can be a little bit tricky. So notice how we created this object, this variable data, and then we are passing the data, whatever is in the data, to the user list all. And notice how I named it the users. If I have, for example, message, hello, welcome to Village 88, I can also go to the user, and I can also do echo message, and notice how the message shows up. Okay, so if I want to display all the users, for example, I can do table thead trth name actions, close the thead, tbody, and then for each users as user,